G'day YouTube. It's a beautiful afternoon here in the greenhouse. The aircon's going, it's nice and cool. And I thought I'd do a dive in today in the different propagation methods for nepenthes and what that means when you're looking at plants to buy and the different things you'll find. I'll bring you over in a sec, but a brief rundown is your basic tissue culture, mass clones, such as this St. Gaia. We all would have seen this, super easy to grow, looks great, and is produced by the thousands in tissue culture labs. And you can pick these up nice and cheap. Even big box stores will have them, other online retailers as well. From there you can step over to seed growing, which every plant's going to be individual. No one else is going to have that exact plant. So you know you're getting something special and different. It may not be the best from the Grecs that you get. Might be the fastest, might be the slowest. You just don't know. Me personally, with growing from seed, I get rid of about 50% of my seedlings at a young age. I get anything that isn't growing as fast as the rest, just gets removed, and I only grow out the best growing ones. So that way, only good, strong genetics make it into the market and to sell as collections. And third but not least is cuttings. Now, cuttings, a lot like tissue culture clone, you know exactly what you're getting. This is a nice little cutting of a Lolii ventricosa female of mine. This actually just sold the other night. I'm in the middle of having a online sale if you're in Australia. So some lucky customer's going to get that first cute picture. And they know that when this grows up, the mature pictures are going to look exactly like my one outside growing against the tree, if you've seen my previous videos. So I'll bring you over and give you a closer look at these and explain the pros and cons for each lot. As you can see, it's a little bit chaotic here at the moment. I've done mountains of repotting and plants out for sale, seedlings down there, and then just I've got too many plants in here basically, but that won't change anytime soon. So you can see here the St. Gaia, these are just starting to put on a bit of size. I got these as a flask, can't remember, maybe 3-4 months ago, and they're already pumping along quite nicely. So if you buy this, it's always going to be that clone. If someone else makes it, it might vary a bit from this clone that we all have seen everywhere. Moving on to this, well, I suppose with tissue culture and mass production, you can produce plants a lot cheaper and in a lot bigger volume than all the other options. So that's why you'll sort of notice that anything that goes into mass production, whether it be with Borneo Exotics or other big labs, anything that's been produced by the thousands, you can always get nice and cheap. The other method of cloning, this is the Lolii ventricosa. Sorry if it stops bouncing around. This is a famous hybrid. There's lots of different variants out there. This one's from EP. I know it's been made multiple times by multiple different growers. They're all spectacular. But yeah, for a cutting, and this goes for cuttings of anything you see for sale, it is it's an exact clone of the parent plant the cutting was taken from. So you know exactly what you're going to get. So if it's a particularly fast growing plant, a larger plant like Truncata Giant from EP, stuff like that, you always get an exact replica. Then over to seed growing, and this one I'm super excited about. It's one of my creations with a mate of mine, is Spathulata lavicola. And this is the big BE female Spathulata, and one of my seed growing lavicolas in my collection. It doesn't look like much yet. There's some stripes just starting to show up. The camera doesn't seem to quite want to pick them up, but they're there. And the nice dark coloration in the body coming from the Lavicola parent. Now I can imagine when these get older, like other spathulata hybrids, they're going to have an amazing big wide peristome, and then hopefully they keep that dark coloration in the body and the good striped peristome from the Lavicola parent. Now you will find, even in my small amount of seed growing, let me just reach in and grab another one here. Now, these are two that I've put aside for myself because they do look different already at a young age. I'll just hold this up to the light and turn it around. So this one in particular put on a huge amount of size. So this one is far outgrowing the rest of the Grex. But the body isn't coloured up as nicely yet. Sorry, I got that back into the middle of the screen, try and get it to focus. And so far, no, I can actually see some very faint striping showing on the peristome. But those are the two I picked out, and no two of these plants will be identical. I think there's only about 15 that I got from the seed set, and my mate that sent back who has the female plant, he's got some very small ones from seed as well. There's not a heap of these in existence yet, and as far as I can tell, no one else has actually made this hybrid before. So that'll be exciting to see grow out. I did have, on the cuttings, I did think there was a Lolii ventricosa here, but I have recently moved some stuff around, and it appears I might have lost it. I was going to show you a slightly larger one. Okay, I've lost both. All right, here we go. There we go. Oh, this is my red one, not the same one, but this is a different clone. But again, cuttings of this will all be exactly the same plant when they mature. You can see here there's not much red in the body, and that's because it's grown in darker conditions than my one outside. So they will vary a little bit, and if you change the light, sometimes the temperature can affect colour. You can vary the coloration a bit. I know with one of my smaller seed growing Lolii veitchii, sorry, not the Lolii ventricosa, if I keep it in the greenhouse, the pictures are quite green in the body, but I moved it to the fridge for a short amount of time, and the picture it put out in there was a deep, deep red. So I've actually moved that one outside coming into winter, hoping to see some really nice, beautiful red-coloured pictures in that. In here, there's some good examples of other seed-growing stuff. And this is the K cross M from Exotica Plants, and I mean, that peristome is just to die for. Whereas right next to it, in my opinion, a much better shaped veitchii. This is the BE 3734, an absolutely spectacular peristome again. But this is actually a mixed clone. So when you buy this as a small seedling, small seedling size, but from tissue culture, you'll get something like this. I got this maybe 6 or 9 months ago from Sam down at Old World Botanicals in Tasmania. That picture, the lid's just starting to fade, but you can see the stripes just starting to show up. So I got this hoping I actually get a different individual clone than the big one in front of me here. I might not try and put that back at the moment. So you do have to do some research on, especially Borneo exotics stuff. It's not always clear whether it's an individual clone or a mixed clone. And personally, I wish they would change something in their system to make it very easy to pick. But so be it. That's how they like to do it. So we'll stick to that for now. Now again, close up of me there. This is a beautiful example of a Truncata effipiata. I actually found this at a nursery up the coast I was lucky enough to stumble into, and he had one that was just absolutely giant. And thankfully, when I asked for the cutting, his wife said he probably won't sell you one, but I was lucky enough to talk him into letting me buy one. So that's putting on some nice size, and the pictures on his were huge. They were as big as any I've seen anywhere else in cultivation. And maybe the last one we'll touch on, again, shows some nice variation in them. I'll zoom in a little bit. But these are two individuals that I pulled out for myself again from my Truncata G cross Lavicola Grex that I did. As you can see there, the picture body colours are very different. The peristome on the right's turning a sort of dark red, but it does come out quite stripy. And then the bright green peristome on the left here. So I haven't decided which one I prefer more yet, but we'll see how they grow out, and moving one on because I just have so much stuff in the works coming from seed, and I'm not going to be able to even keep one of everything that I'm creating, I don't think. As you can see there, if you can't guess, I love growing nepenthes from seed, and I love making seeds and new hybrids. So you got some nice flowers working on there. But I don't have a prejudice when I'm buying plants. A lot of the stock that I buy from my own collection comes out of Borneo Exotics, whether it's single clones, multiple clones. If they've got something I like the sounds of, I grab it. Or if someone else releases something, seed grown EP, someone like that, again, I'll grab what I want. Sometimes with seed grown, I try and grab multiples, 2 or 3 of a single hybrid, and that way I get to watch them grow out and pick my favorite at the end, which I do the same with my own seedlings, which can be hard pulling them out of the sales trays to put in my own collection. But anyway, I might leave it there, and I hope you guys have a great week, and until next time, cheers.